Let's practice some questions on price controls.
We're given the supply and demand functions for a product and we have to find the equilibrium price and quantity. Notice that this S and D sometimes are as a subscript, sometimes superscript, lowercase, uppercase, it's the same thing. Either way, you set the two equations equal to each other and then you have to isolate for P. Alright, so what it means is that you take your negative 10p and you move it to the other side. Notice that whenever you move something to the other side, it changes sign. Here, because it's negative, it's going to become positive. And you take your 10 and you move it to the other side, this time it becomes negative. So what you get is your 10p plus a new 10p equals 70 minus 10. You simplify that, you get 20p equals 60. Now if you want to find p, you have to get rid of this 20. So how do you do that? You divide this side by 20 and you divide the other side also by 20. So the left hand side becomes p, and then you get 60 over 20. Do the math, it gives you 3. All right, so you write a sentence saying what is the equilibrium price. It's $3. Now that you know the price, you have to find the quantity. Now you have two options here. One of them is use the first formula with the supply. The other one is use the second formula for demand. It's a good idea to do both just to confirm because they should give you the same answer. So you just plug in 3 instead of P into either of the two equations. And if you do the math, you're going to get 40 either way. All right. So again, you write a sentence of interpreting what it is. So the equilibrium quantity is 40 units.
All right, so continuing with the same question, if we're told that the government sets a price ceiling at $2 per unit and we're asked if that would create a shortage or a surplus of the product. Well, a price ceiling that is set below the equilibrium is going to prevent the equilibrium price from occurring, and it's going to keep the price low at $2 per unit. And what that's going to do is it's going to de-incentivize producers from wanting to produce, so it's going to bring down the quantity supplied, and it's going to encourage buyers to buy more at this lower price, so it's going to increase the quantity demanded. Okay. If we want to calculate the amount of this shortage, then we need to know, well, what exactly is the amount supplied and what exactly is the amount demanded when the price is low at $2 per unit. So we plug 2 into the quantity supplied formula, and we have that 30 units are in supply, and for the demand, we plug in 2, and we get that there's actually a quantity demanded of 50 units. So 50 consumers want to buy it, but only 30 are available. They're going to be 20 units in shortage. Okay. If we're then asked to explain an unintended consequence of setting a price ceiling, well, this shortage is actually an unintended consequence. If we think about the previous quantity, if we go back to the equilibrium quantity, we had that 40 buyers got to consume the product. That was the equilibrium quantity, in other words, the quantity bought and sold. After the price was brought down to $2, only 30 units will actually be bought and sold because there's only supply for 30 units in the market. There are going to be 20 unhappy buyers because they're looking for this product but can't actually find it for sale.